I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and today we have one of the more unusual world premieres that I've attended, and that's the one of this, the new Mahindra Lifestyler. Why is it unusual? Well, firstly, because the car has two different names. Here in India, where the covers have been pulled off this Indian-built pickup truck, the vehicle is actually called the Mahindra Scorpio Lifestyler, and it would have Scorpio written across here. But I've actually managed to get my hands on what is pretty much a representative Australian-spec Lifestyler, hence why we just have this display plate down here. Now, the Lifestyle is an interesting play. Firstly, it's probably going to be diesel only at launch. There might be a petrol in other markets. There won't be a hybrid, and in fact, a battery electric version has been ruled out. Mahindra says that the pickup segment is not right for battery electric right now. So interesting to see them draw a big old line in the sand. However, that does create some issues for them down the line. What's also interesting about the Lifestyler is the kind of cars that it's going to go up against. So let's talk about that now.
Chasing Cars, honest reviews of your next car. Brought to you by
Budget Direct.
So we just have to roll with it today because there are lots of people here. And of course, the Indian media is very proud of this new pickup truck for Mahindra, which clearly moves the game well and truly on and up from those old Mahindra pickups, which were pretty cheap and pretty nasty and pretty unsafe. On that point, Mahindra says they've targeted a 5-star ANCAP safety rating for this vehicle, so expect to see them go after fleets that don't feel quite confident enough to buy perhaps the cheap Chinese utes. Instead, what the Lifestyler is going to do is target the customer that might have bought the old Mitsubishi Triton. Remember when the Triton was well priced and pretty affordable? That's really the intention here for the new Mahindra Lifestyler. That's partially why Mahindra isn't really pursuing complicated technologies under the skin. That being said, I can't tell you a huge amount about the capabilities of the vehicle today, but there are a few educated guesses that we can make, including that under the bonnet here, it's probably going to get a 2.2 litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder engines with outputs that aren't really anything amazing. It could get the 128 kilowatt, 400 Newton meter diesel from the Scorpio-N, which this evolves the platform of, but will probably get a little bit more power and torque, and a different cooling setup for maybe 3.5 ton towing. Another reason this premiere is a little bit unusual, and I've done quite a lot of them, is that we expected to know more about the Lifestyler, especially coming to India. We thought we were going to find out the size, the capabilities, the towing capacity, the GVM, the engines, you name it. We thought we'd know it. In fact, we thought we'd be able to climb in and show you the interior too. But it turns out Mahindra really only wants to show us the exterior of the Lifestyler today, so it can start getting a little bit of feedback from you down below in the comments. Now, I think the rear 3/4 and the rear angle is relatively successful. You can see that Mahindra hasn't targeted ugly for the sake of ugly to get attention, like the Kia Tasman, but at the same time, it's a fairly conservative looking vehicle, a little generic, but I guess inoffensive is okay. You can let me know your thoughts on that down below. Here I can show you a couple of interesting things. A fully embossed Mahindra logo at the back. It's a little bit premium. The Lifestyler badge here. This one isn't pre-wired up with a tow package, but again, we think it might be able to do 3.5 ton. We think it'll have a 6.3 ton GCM with a massive asterisk saying that, again, we don't have the specs that we hope we would have. Tell you we've got a full-size spare under the tray. Wheel and tire package is fairly minimal on these cars on display, nothing like a Raptor rival. And Mahindra actually has said in the past it's not interested in targeting the Raptor, but maybe they could hand the Lifestyler over to Walkinshaw or Premcar or something for a little bit of a beefier version in the future. But of course, a lot turns on price when we're talking about a possible Triton rival, a possible rival to the Chinese. I guess we can say this is the world's first durability test of the standoff roof rails of the Mahindra Lifestyler. But at the end of the day, this vehicle is not targeting that expensive part of the segment that the Toyota HiLux, Ford Ranger, Volkswagen Amarok, the bit that they occupy right up at their 70, 80 grand level. But also Mahindra has been extremely candid, which is pretty rare in the car industry, in telling us that they just can't catch the Chinese brands on price. There's some political undertones potentially there, some diplomatic undertones, but this thing is not going to be as cheap as stuff like a base model GWM Cannon. Mahindra has been fairly proud and fairly forthcoming in saying that it's going to sit one level above. That's why I say that old Triton positioning is where I think this will sit. Now, the pricing for the Indian market has actually been revealed today at 19.79 lakhs, which converts even to about 30,000 Australian dollars. Now, add on the typical third upcharge by the time it gets to Australia, and we may see this thing kicking off at $39,990. I think that's a very compelling price for a ute that doesn't look too bad and that we think will be fairly capable. It's also about to embark on 9 months of validation and testing in Australia, and Mahindra tells us that there's real scope for hardware to be changed on this vehicle. Bespoke shock absorbers, different setup, maybe even a different powertrain calibration if it's required. So still a lot to learn about the Lifestyler. I'm keen to know your initial impressions down below in the comments, so please do let me know. We hope to be driving and exploring the interior soon, so make sure you're subscribed to catch that. As always, hit the notification bell to catch more of our videos, and thanks for watching Chasing Cars.